I'm going to show you how to mount the PowerPole Micro to the stern of a Hobie Pro Angler kayak. You're going to need three things: your PowerPole Micro, the Hobie Pro Angler PowerPole mount, and the Hobie Power Kit. So basically, the first thing we're going to do is mount the PowerPole Micro plate to the mount and attach it to the kayak. The mounting plate's ready. We've removed the rudder cover plate. Now it's time to mount the plate to the bars and to the kayak itself. So what we're going to do is, on this Pro Angler 14, we're going to use these two clamps, these shorter screws, these nuts, and these washers. If you have a Pro Angler 12, you're going to need to use these shims and these longer screws. We're going to take two of the existing rudder cover plate screws along with two washers. And that's the first thing we're gonna fix in place using these brass inserts. So we'll just get them finger tight for now. Hold this thing in place. That's good. We'll tighten them up a little bit and get these clamps on the back. We've got everything finger tight. Now it's time to really make sure everything's nice and snug. Our PowerPole Micro is mounted to the stern of our Pro Angler, but now it's time for the fun part, giving it some power so it actually works, and then we'll take it out in the water and test it. So the next thing I'm going to do is add the Hobie PowerPole Power Kit. I'm going to drill a 1-inch diameter hole right here so that I can install a wire plug to install this wire to run inside of the hole and connect up to the power source. I slid my rubber gasket as well as the threaded end piece for the wire nut onto the wires already. And now what I'm going to do is select a piece from my little tree over here. Looks like this one, the largest single diameter hole, is going to be the one that'll work. So that'll go onto the wire like that. I'll take my wire nut, slide her on, put that gasket over here. Make sure it's seated nicely. Push it into the hole and tighten it up with my little threaded piece. We have a little bit of excess wire hanging around here, and you don't have to do this. I'm going to take this pad eye out, swing it around, and tuck that cable underneath there. Just a little bit neater. It's all about customizing your Hobie, having fun with it. Get that back in here. Tighten up the cable. That looks much better. The PowerPole Micro comes with a fuse, so I've already trimmed it up and connected it using the provided wire connector right here. So now what we have is your negative and your positive left. We're going to use these two wire connectors that are in your power kit along with this waterproof pigtail to connect the rest of the wiring. The waterproof pigtail will connect to your waterproof gel cell 12-volt battery, and then your 12-volt battery will sit in your battery holder. Now there's a couple of ways we can store the battery holder. We can rest it right here on the 8-inch twist and seal hatch, or we can run it all the way forward using this 12 feet of pigtail to the front where we can attach it to the sail mast post. Here's another little thing that I like to do is take this screw out, and there's actually two little grooves on the battery holder right here. You can slide your cables in here. Set that back in there, tighten it up. Another thing is when you install your battery holder, you want the flat part facing right here because there is this little latch on your hatch which will catch. There's always the little rhinoceros horn goes into the clip, and then these little pieces, that's what this cutout's for. They plop into here, falls into place. Flat part, again, not interfering with the hatch seal. This little green light that's flashing is telling us that the PowerPole Micro is receiving power from our 12-volt battery. So now all we have left to do is put our spike in here. This particular one is the 8.5-foot spike. And once that's in, we can calibrate our wireless remote right here and get out on the water, start having some fun. Before we do head out on the water for some fun, there's one other thing that you need to do, and that's attach the safety rope, which comes with your PowerPole Micro. So what I like to do is run it through one of these little eyelet posts, and then you're going to take it back to this lever and tie some kind of stopper knot, a big knot that's not going to allow it to slip through that opening. Pull that up against there, close that lever. So how this works is right now your micro is locked in position. When you pull this, it unlocks your micro and allows it to fold forward like that. So that's for emergency situations in case you're out in extremely rough conditions or something and you need to pull your PowerPole up. So here's my safety cord. You can see how it stretches. I've already mounted the little holder right here. The ball clips in there, and when I'm sitting in my seat, I can easily reach it should I need it. Aside from this wireless neck remote that comes with the PowerPole Micro, you also get this one. This one's for mounting on the side of your kayak next to the seating position, which also allows you to control your PowerPole. The other thing I wanted to go over is the 12-volt battery charger. When you plug this into a socket, it'll be green. When you plug an uncharged battery or a battery that needs charging into it, it'll be red. It'll remain red until your battery's charged, and then it'll turn green again, which means it's switched to trickle charge and your battery is ready to use. So once it's there, plug it in, get out on the water, and have some fun.